So there seems to be some confusion here about the difference between legal and lawful, and I'm not sure why, because this point has been driven pretty thoroughly in the masses until, several people have been blue in the face trying to get this point across, and yet people are still not getting it. So I thought I would add my own version of this to the mix, and then hopefully expedite the process of awakening the masses. I don't know. It's crazy to me that people still don't understand this very basic concept of the difference between legal and lawful. Let me explain it to you in a way that anybody could understand, okay? Everybody knows that the law is something it's important for us to follow. But what law are we talking about? Are we talking about man-made law here? Are we talking about higher law? Are we talking about natural law? What law are we talking about? Are we talking about the legal law, which is not law at all? A lot of people assume, right? It's all based on a system of ignorance, of assumptions. People assume that legal is lawful and lawful is legal. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's not the case. There are plenty of things out there. For example, lots of people have weird kinks, right? Where they are into things like sadomasochism, S&M, right? Basically, legal torture. You and I can make an agreement together that we're going to go down to my basement and we're going to take turns torturing each other and squeezing each other's nipples and pouring hot wax on each other's chests, and we're going to do things that would otherwise be unlawful. If I just went and did this to someone on the street, I'd be arrested and thrown in jail because it's unlawful. But perfectly legal, right? Because we've taken something that would otherwise be wrong and harmful and unlawful, and we've put it in a fictional legal context to make it perfectly acceptable. So you just from that example alone, you should see that there's some things that would be otherwise completely unlawful that we've made perfectly legal, right? People can go overseas and kill indiscriminately, right? Perfectly legal. But if you try to do that here, it's unlawful. It's actually against our 10 commandments. Thou shalt not kill. But because we make it legal, makes it okay. No, it doesn't change the fact that it's an immoral, unethical act, okay? So very simply, I'm just going to leave it at that. You should be seeing now that there's a huge difference between what's legal and what's lawful. Law is based on morals and ethics and what's right and what's wrong, right? Whereas legal is a commercial process, an administrative commercial process of acts, codes, and statutes that apply to those of the legal society and those people who are employees of these public services, such as the government. You see the difference now? Legal is not lawful and lawful is not legal. They're two completely different things, and they need to be separate from each other in order to have things like equity and equality and fairness in the world. Because if we combine those two things together, we are a lost cause as a society. So hopefully you understand now the difference between legal and lawful. Thank you very much.